Hi, welcome to Switch the Light On. I'm your host, Jacob Kaleba. Today we're going to talk about a very interesting topic, and I'm joined with my two beautiful ladies. It's Alexis and Anye. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's a pleasure being here.
Yeah, you're welcome. You see, this show, we're not going to try to hold back or try to sweet talk. We just want to be open because, the reason why we're here is that there are certain things that men say about women. It's because men don't understand women. And there are things that women say about men. It's because women maybe don't understand men. And the reason why is because we all talk in private, you understand? But here we just want to try open up in relationships, in marriage. Tell us, what is it that men do that most of the time get to your nerves, guys? Like the things that you would love to see men change, you understand?
The problem is listening and hearing. Men listen. They don't hear. And why I'm saying that is because when you are listening, you only want to hear what you want to listen to.
That's true.
But you're not going to understand what I'm saying. So when you hear what I'm saying, that's when you're going to understand what I'm trying to explain. So meaning it's going to be less fights in the house, more communication, clear communication and understanding. So if you're not hearing what I'm saying, you're not going to understand me. Then you're just going to listen and you're not going to know what I just said. Then that's where arguments begin.
Usually men, we have this tendency of saying, because women talk too much. What we want is just peace. So what is the difference? And how can maybe you can help as women, how can men be able to listen or understand what you're saying? How do you make that possible? Because if you don't tell us, we think we're good listeners as men, but maybe we're not. Like the way you're saying, what do you expect? How can we change, or how can men change to be able to be good listeners, you said?
Yeah, hearers.
Yes, hearers. Okay.
Hearers.
So we can, okay. So how can we improve on that?
The problem is defending. When you are listening to what I'm saying and not understanding it, you're going to try to defend it or defend yourself. That's where the problem escalates. But if you can hear what I'm saying, then you're going to say, okay, now how do we solve it? You understand?
I hear you.
Yes. So that's where the problem is. When you're listening, you're not hearing clearly. But when you want to hear, then you can understand clearly. Then men should just calm down. Do not try to always defend when there's a problem. Try to understand where the problem is coming from so that you can always have a solution to it. Then you can hear what the other nagging person is saying. Because the women, we are misunderstood because every man has this concept of saying women nag a lot. Okay. It's not that. It's just that we nag about important things. And when a woman doesn't nag, she doesn't love you. When they stop talking to you, that means that they don't care. So if they still actually trying to talk to you in a sense of you trying to listen to them, do not try. Just sit down, hear what they're saying.
To add on to her things is to prioritize what is important so that you can hear what is important to your wife or your girlfriend or whatever. So in a relationship, a marriage, the first thing is probably your children. They are important. The wife will always go first for the children.
That's so true.
Always. That's the first priority. That's actually wrong because you were two, now you are three or four. But that's our nature. That's in us to care for our children. Okay. We carry that children for 9 months. So it's something inside of you. And I think that's also something that some men, I don't say everybody, don't understand. It's
about women.
About women.
Okay.
That we are born careless. And at the end of the day, we only want to I want to say live for the children, but it's not the right way to say it. We want to have them, to let them have the best life that they need to have. But when you get at home, what do you do as a man? You go and sit in front of the TV because you had a hard day at work.
That's true.
You want to relax. And we get that. Guys needs to relax in a different way than a
They need their own space sometimes.
For me, I love it when my guy are with me in the kitchen. Cutting an onion, doing the dishes with me. Because then we talk. We ask each other what the day was. What did you do? Who irritated you at work? You know, all those truths. And as soon as you know each other more and talk, then you will understand and hear each other.
Yes.
But when you get home and you see this person didn't have a good day, you would know this person. Then you will do the dishes in quiet time. You understand what I'm saying? Or you will cut the onion quietly and then later on you will talk. Because then she will have
that
peace, and then she will say, okay, this guy gets me, now I can talk to him.
But now you spoke about hearing and listening.
Yes.
These are two different things.
Two different things.
But when it comes to, definitely for someone to listen and hear, there must be someone talking. Don't you know that maybe there is a certain way that one should be approached in order? Because if I want to speak to you, I'm just asking. I'm talking on behalf, because as a man, for you to draw my attention, there must be a certain way that you should approach me. So with women, do you think women approach men the right way when they want to be heard? Or maybe there's a problem with the approach? Because let's say I come from work. Like you say, as men, sometimes you just had a very bad day. The last thing that men, like in the previous show that we had, men said the last thing that they want is to get home and straight you just start hearing, hey, where were you? This and this and this. They say they want to have a calmness. They want to have that peace. Then from there, then the rest can follow. But they say they don't get that. So is it in the way you approach men, or just men don't hear what you're saying, or what is it?
But then I want to add on to that I just said.
Okay.
The way you get at home. I also had a bad day. I also were at the job.
Or maybe not with job, with the kids and everything.
99 of women are working.
Yeah, these days. No, it's not. Yeah, it's not like the way it used to.
You come from 8 to 5. You come at home. You need to do the food. You need to do washing. You need to look after the children. Did they do homework? So that's where the hearing part comes in. You don't need to talk to your husband for him to understand.
Exactly.
That's why I say it's a situation of, I don't know how to say it. You must understand my wife that also work 8 hours now. She also needs her quiet time. But why do you need to come 5 o'clock and sit till 6 o'clock in your chair? But she needs to do all the other stuff.
And save you while you sit there.
You know?
Also, that thing doesn't sit well with you guys. I thought women, you can multitask. You're very good at that.
We can. But we also, if I'm a housewife, I will let my man do whatever he wants. But I also stand on my feet the whole day, 8 hours of the day. And then I need to come home and he's just going to relax and I need to do all the other stuff. That's where all the arguments start.
Exactly.
Then we get fighting because why are you sitting on the couch? Why aren't you helping with the children? He's the king. No.
For me as a man, by nature, I'm a protector. I protect my family and I make sure my family is provided for. Then you are there as a woman. Women by nature, they are carers.
Yeah.
mothers and everything, and you make sure that everything in the house, there is control and there is everything is happening properly. But sometimes with men, a man to come and do the dishes and everything, we feel like, I can do this out of love. I can do this because I need to help my partner. But it doesn't feel like it's a duty, something that I should do all the time. You understand? You understand what I'm saying? So I think, don't you think that's where the conflict is? Because as women, also you expect men to do the same house chores and everything that I'm doing, you must also do. Don't you think that also can bring conflict?
That's where the problem is. Where there's love, there shouldn't be any conflict. You do that because you love the person. You want to do that. Do not find it as a chore. Because when I do it for you, I do it because I love you.
Exactly.
And you're not my child. I'm just choosing it because I care about you.
But why expect then a man to get there if you're out of love?
It's not expectation.
What is it?
It's something that, remember, even if we are carers, we're expecting love back.
We and love, like
the protection. Look, when you say men, you are our protectors, our providers and all that. For us to care for this protector, for us to care for this provider, the provider has to show us love so that we can give it back. It's like respect. You respect me first, because they say in the olden days, women are smaller or younger than men. So we have to take example from you. So what you show me, I have to show back. So if you don't respect me or love me or care about me in a sense where I have to care about you back by doing things for you, how am I going to do that? Then I'm going to nag, because now I'm not getting the love that you're supposed to provide to me.
Exactly.
It's not about money. It's not about you providing the protection. The providing, it means loving. You provide love. You provide respect. Ne? And the power we are talking about for men is for you to actually hold me up when I'm feeling down, because my feelings matter more in this situation. If I'm not feeling well, how am I going to care about you? How am I going to nurture you? How am I going to feed my king when my king comes home? When my king is not actually providing what he was supposed to be providing to me, which is love.
King is not coming home and
which is love.
He's drinking beer with his friends.
There's no love there.
No, but you know what? Let me go there. When you say about the king is there having some beers with other guys, remember, with a man, every man, my house is like a sanctuary.
Yeah, but not all them.
I'm coming there. The reason why I need to go home and be with my partner is because that is where peace is. That is where love is. That is where I feel like a king. But remember, as a man, if you don't feel like a king in your own house, you find a way of staying away from your sanctuary and just want to go back there and sleep and wake up. And remember, with men, I don't know, I think men, we feel that way. Don't you think that's the reason? Maybe because there is no way that I love you. I'm at work, I need to make sure I get home. My wife will be there for me. Let's say your husband has been working. You've never even had a chance to say, baby, you worked so hard. Take your shoes off. Let me massage your feet. You feel like that. Maybe since you got married or anything, you've never done anything that to a man. There's things that can make a man from work, he drops the whatever it is and run home. Don't you think, like, guys, sometimes you have been contributing on men staying away from home?
You guys think that you say you're providing for us by giving us food on the table, by giving us, I don't know, money? But that's not what we want.
I don't know.
We want
you
have to show us love. Show love. Do not say I love you. Show it. When you walk into the door, I have to be there to approach you as my
Exactly.
I have to hug you. Hi, baby. How is your day? You kiss me back. You hold me. I'm expecting you at 5 to be at home. You come at 5 because I'm expecting my man to be there at 5. So I'm waiting at the door at 5 because I know you're gonna just walk in. You're going to find me there. I'm going to give you love. You're going to give it back. That's providing for you.
But
That's all I'm asking
no, those things.
for.
Then who's
And then men go where I'm expecting you at 5. You're not there at 5.
okay?
I call you, baby, sorry, I stopped by a friend. You didn't even care to say, I'm gonna stop by a friend.
All right.
I'm gonna come home late. So that late, it's fine. No problem, baby. Okay, you spoke to the person. That's where communication is.
All right.
When you protect me, when we come to the protection part, when you protect me is when I feel safe when you are around.
Yes.
Not that you're gonna be protecting me from theft or tsotis or people who wants to stay. No, I have to feel safe
Around
when you are around me. That's the protection. So when you're in the house, I know you're in the house. Your presence is felt.
Protection in that case, I also would say with family, you will have your wife's back.
Yes. Sure.
Because there's always family that will talk
Bad about.
Bad.
Yeah, no, that's so true.
So that is also protection. You know, you need to tell your mother, no, mom, my wife's pap is lekker.
Yeah.
Then eat your wife's pap. You understand?
Yeah.
So that type is also protection.
Yeah.
So that your wife can know she can confide in you the whole time. You understand?
But also touching on that, okay, there's a lot of subjects. I think we're gonna try and push a little time. Yeah. What I want to ask is, one thing I've noticed is that, like, also, like, let's say in relationship and marriages, like the way you said, why is it that most of the time that wives or women, when you are in a relationship or in the married, they hardly get along with their in-laws, especially the mother-in-law? And you find that now the man is between the rock and the hard place. Now he has to choose between the wife and the mother. And with us men, we're very neutral. Let me tell you, with us men, we get along easily with our mothers and with our fathers. We see each other like, but with women, what's the problem? Is it because you fight for the territory or you fight for attention? What is it? Because we want to know, because those things are the things that have caused most marriages to be shaken.
Definitely.
What's the problem there?
My experience, I didn't have problems.
I had.
Yeah, she had, but I haven't had any problems with in-laws. I don't know why the people is like, when mother-in-laws must just accept, like me, I have 2 daughters, so I have 2, what do you call it now? Sons-in-laws.
Yeah.
So I love them. It's family.
Sons-in-laws, it's easy. Like I say,
Even if it was, if I had boys and it was why can't you just love someone? Love is the most important thing in life.
Yeah.
Christ is life.
yeah, exactly.
Love, that is his whole thing. You must love someone. And that's all that you need to do.
So what do you
Just
expect?
love people.
What do you expect from men, us men? Because remember, a man loves the mother.
Yes. Yeah, that.
I love my mother.
She gave
And
birth to you.
She gave birth to me. And the bottom line is that my wife cannot replace my mother.
Yes.
And my mother cannot replace my wife.
The Bible says the son will leave his house to go with his wife. And then she is the important one in your life.
No, but there's no way I can neglect my mother because
Let me
Not
explain.
neglecting.
Okay.
Not neglecting.
Neglecting. You
But-
just have to create your own home.
You must go, your mom can't tell you, but why aren't you eating pap and worst now? Why aren't, that's not true. A thing, your wife and you must make your own home. And that's sometimes the thing. They come into your house and
they want to control your house.
and
And that's what you don't like as well.
okay, because you choose me. And now I want to be that person that you choose every day. But now your mom comes in, but no, maybe my mom's right about this and that.
Yes.
Why do you
Everything
think that?
changes.
Why?
But
Yes, I respect it, but you must know that we must talk about it. My mom said this and this, but let's talk about it. You know? Not just choose your mom's side and then your wife sends and okay, your mom is right again. Why?
No, but it's like, to tell the truth, that always has been a difficult situation, especially for men. You understand? Yeah. We struggle, you understand? Because I think it's about finding the space, trying to create
balance.
Because remember balance. Because my mother wouldn't need my attention. My wife needs attention. My mother cannot replace my wife. So I think both must know their place.
That's it.
Okay. The problem
I say again, as a mother-in-law, whatever, you must respect your child's relationship
and space.
That's very important.
Okay.
Firstly, for me, you can't go in and when they fight, it's not your fight. Let them fight. Let them fight. Let them sort the things
If
out.
she's not cooking for him, don't go interfere. Why you not cooking?
Why? Why would you do that? It's their problem. They will sort it out by themselves, you know?
Because remember, mothers who have sons do not like sharing. They don't like sharing. They're gonna sometimes make peace with the fact that the son is now married. He has to create his own family. But it's never easy for them to actually let go of their son just that easily. And they always want to actually pick a wife. They want
the one who suits what they want.
They want, exactly.
Always marry your mother.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Definitely.
Marry your mother. Yeah, it's so true.
And again, the problem is when you say my mom comes first. My mom gave birth to me. Remember, your mother is blood. The family is blood. Your sister loves you because you are blood. Your brother loves you because you're blood.
Unconditional.
You understand? But this person decided to love you and you're not blood with them. That's it. And they decided to actually stand by your side through thickness. Yeah. Like forever. Do you know how difficult it is to actually just do that for somebody you don't know? And pouring yourself out to this person. You are sharing everything with this person. Spirits as well. Because when you become together, you share one spirit. You become now one person. You stand in front of the Lord and you actually say, I want to live with this person, to be with this person until I die. So how easy was that person to actually say, no, I want to be with this person for the rest of my life when they're not even your blood?
You know, I think this type of talks, I think we need to sit down and talk more. You know, we could have saved a lot of marriages. We could have saved a lot of relationships if women can open up like the way you guys are opening up, and men can open up and we sit together and find a solution. So like mother-in-laws, like I'm speaking to mother-in-laws there, you hear what your daughters are crying here. It's like you try to take their space and become the controller of their houses. But they're saying, you know what? Let me control my house with my husband, and you also have a space in your child's life, but let us be and let us fix our differences. That's what you're saying. But it's very important if we can go that way. But another thing I want to touch on.
I also want to touch on something.
Go on.
Me too. We are talking about men and how we feel. The thing that I also learned throughout my experiences in life is women, we want to change men and men wants to change us.
Okay.
And that's also a problem.
Very.
You must always know who you are. And it took me a long time to understand who I am.
Okay.
Because I was very young, got married and all that stuff. And I never realized who I was and wanted to be. But now you have this person in your life and you are this type of person and you want them to be like you or do things like you, and they don't, because they were bring up in a different house.
Yeah,
exactly. Different ways, differently. Rather than to argue about it, experience each other's things. Do that Christmas like this. We are doing our birthdays like that. There's different things and putting together. And like I said, it's through life, I've learned that I'm not always right.
Yes.
I want to be.
Yes.
I promise you. I'm strong. I want
to be right, yeah.
I had to learn to be softer and to understand more. And like she says, listen more.
Listen.
Yeah, I think listening is the key.
It's the key.
You understand?
That's what other people say.
Yeah.
Like not even talk, body language or even a message. Sometimes you can read in the WhatsApp something else is wrong with that person, but then you don't ask. And that's also a problem. You never ask. You were like, oh, my man looks different today. Why? But it's, you didn't ask him. What happened with you? Rather go and sit with the children or give them food than to talk to your husband and ask him, what's wrong with you today? And the same with him. He doesn't talk to you. You doesn't talk. You just go past each other in the house and you go to sleep. And that's a problem.
And other men, they flip out. Sorry, I don't know if that word you can.
If it works, it flows.
But sometimes there's other men that cannot control their temper, or let's say egos, because they feel like whenever you ask a question like that, like, how was your day? Because he had a fight at work, maybe an argument, a disagreement, and then when you ask, what's wrong? Because I see that you're not okay, then
you are the one.
Look.
Can I tell you something? Can I tell you something about that? About men? And we're having a ladies talk, you're explaining that, but I'm gonna say something. Remember, men, you know, when a man can change, and especially when a man stops talking too much. Like, let's say he approaches you so many times, do this and this, and you don't listen. Men tend to keep quiet. And when they keep quiet, they put on this man who's very defensive. So that even when you want to speak to them, they become defensive because they have put up that defensive mechanism. Normally men, remember, when a person loves you, he's willing to listen to you. He's willing to be there when things are not right. I think the problem that we miss is that men also tend to develop a defensive mechanism. It's not the person, it's not who he is. That's why when the big point that I pick up what you said is that communication. I think the way we approach, the way women approach the man and the way the man answers back to the woman, I think these are very, very important things when it comes to women and when it comes to men. And we cannot say that women are wrong and men are right, or men are wrong, women. We both have our flaws that we need to work on. We need to fix, you understand? Like now, I would say, like, there is a saying that we've spoken about it as men, that women have evolved, but men have not. Have you heard that?
Yes.
You've never heard that before.
You guys don't want to actually evolve. It's not that men have not evolved, it's just that you choose not to.
How?
Because you believe your father was like that, your grandfather was like that. Why should I be different? My woman is supposed to be this and that and that. My mother did that for my father. But remember, I'm not your mother. I'm your wife. So I'm going to do things the way I want my house to be run. If we care about each other in this house, we're going to care about.
Remember, it's not only your house, it's his house. You see,
our house.
Exactly. Now, if you say that the way my house needs to be run, no,
but
it's our house.
To add on to you, that say you're putting a defensive mode.
Yeah.
In my experience, as like I was in the relationship I was in, I also did that. So women also do that, and a lot, yeah. So you build up this wall so that no one can touch you, and because you were hurt, and then you are angry all the time.
Yes.
And like I said previous, I had to learn myself again, who I am,
yes,
who I want to be.
Yes.
I had to get softer again to break down that wall of defense and anger and hurt and everything. Remember, we get hurt. I know men also
get hurt, yeah.
But women are different.
We get hurt very quickly.
Yeah.
Women are different in which way, yeah.
When women have sex with a guy, guys just have sex. We give ourselves. We give ourselves.
Oh, I'm telling you, maybe we give ourselves too.
Every time we do it, it's like you get something. The one that you love, you give yourself to that person. I promise you, it's difficult to explain, but from our body,
I'm not going to argue because I don't know.
Where it goes when I said we share spirits.
Yeah.
You know,
it's something else that you give to a guy, and you expect that guy to to wrap you in his arms and love you with everything, and then he gets at home and he's like checking you, and then he just goes. And that's something, it just breaks you.
Or you feel like you've just been left there.
You're like an ornament, you know.
You understand? I don't know how to explain it exactly,
It's
but
like
I think
a
I'm
watered
trying to-
plant. You're
No.
like, no, I watered it yesterday.
Yeah.
So today
It's
you don't
watered
even have to like
every day.
water it. You don't have to.
Also meaning the plant need to be watered all the time.
Yeah. All the time.
Okay.
After this
Okay, you know what? I'm getting. So does that thing also makes you feel like you're not appreciated, like you're, and you build up a defensive mechanism.
Yeah, especially
why I
when
said
guys doesn't
provide
provide.
provision.
Oh, that's part of the provision.
Not
You know-
money.
Yeah, we don't care about money. I promise you, we do.
We love money.
We love.
Oh, then
We love the guy first.
Yes.
You know.
before his money.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's difficult to say from, like you say, it's what you feel and what we feel. It's two
different.
very different things.
Yeah, but
That's how we were created.
we need to find. This is very important. We need to find an understanding, common ground between men and women, so that men, we understand our position, the things that we're supposed to do. Because let me tell you, we're getting married and we're getting divorced, we're getting in relationship and men walk away. It's not because men want to become this man who does that. It's because there is a lack of understanding. You see, these things should be spoken about even before we get into relationships, so that we know our duties, we know our roles. Because for me, I feel like women, like you said, women have evolved. Women want to do things at a different level, but us men, like me, I would expect, maybe because remember, my parents becomes the reference in my life of how they lived, how my mom treated my father, how my father never went hungry. But now, me as a husband now, I don't live the life that I saw my father living. I go hungry, I don't get treated like the way he was treated. So I feel like, you know what?
But in those days, the women were at home. The men worked. So you came home with a plate of food already there for you. But now the woman is working as well.
Yeah.
Just as hard as you are working. That's where the problem is. Or I think it is.
That's where
Like
it
you
is.
say, you want to be our king. We need to not provide. What we must do?
We care.
Care
Yeah,
for
we care.
Yes, we do care, but please care back.
Yeah.
Please just give a little bit back, because we also do everything that you are doing equally.
Okay, so that level of saying, I'm the king, I'm at home, she'll prepare food, she'll massage my legs, those days are gone. Is that what you are telling me?
I think it is.
So-
I think from my side.
I won't say they're gone. It's just that for me to call you my king, you call me your queen. And for the services you are actually looking for me, you expect me to be your queen. How, when you're actually not providing the queen with the services they need as well? Have you ever asked yourself, let's say in a chief's house, how do they treat each other for the queens to be so happy? The king makes sure he takes care of his queen, and not because of money, not because he feeds her, that he cares about her, he loves her, he shows the love. He makes sure that woman feels as special. He makes sure that she doesn't even doubt his love. The minute you do not show that love, women or men, we both maybe the same, some of us, we go out and look for it.
And with attention, then you can give someone attention that doesn't deserve it.
Yeah, I mean, even just a look from the person you love will make a woman like the knees go weak.
You know?
Even just a look.
I look
I
at
promise
the
you.
way you
Really.
say you love this woman has to
Yeah.
always be consistent.
Or the way you say hello. I mean,
Yeah,
you can
hello.
come into a hello and you can go sit hello with. There's a different way of kissing even
Yeah.
when you really love the person. You know
We
that.
just want that. We just want you
Okay.
to care more.
You know, this chat is very important. And let me tell you guys, what we're discussing here is something very important. Something that can build, that can protect, and that can restore relationships out there that are really going down. I don't know if you know about the saying that says, what do women really want? There is that question. So for me, just to ask, what is it that you want as women from men? Because it looks like us men, we don't know what women want. What do you want? So that we know.
We want you to do what we asked you the first time. Please change the plug. Because we are women, we can't change the plug. And within a month, we need to ask again. Please change the plug. And then on the third time, we shout at you because you're not doing what we're
not changing the plug.
You're not changing the plug.
You're not hearing. You're just
not
listening.
That we want something fixed because we are women, and then we do it ourselves.
Oh, we get someone to.
We evolve into being the handymans as well.
So someone who fix the plug.
Yes, so that's the thing. The first time we speak.
Let me tell you, I'll change the plug the first day. I don't want someone to come and change the plug in my.
Do you understand? Then
and
we did someone. But
this is why women are now trying to be 50-50 with men. Because whatever we ask has not been done. And then when we do it ourselves, we think we're men enough to actually take care of everything.
But look, 50-50 is not the key. Because that's why I think that women these days, they don't know their position in a relationship or in marriage. Because women, I know as a man, my position in a relationship. I don't want to be like a woman. You understand? I know when I look at a woman, I look at someone who's fragile, who's need to be loved and everything. But now, when you want to be like me, I think that's a huge conflict. And I think that's where we are at now. Because women want to take the position of the man.
Because of the men.
No.
Don't do their position.
No, wash the car.
Men do
wash
not
my car.
Let me give you an example. Let me give you an example.
Okay.
A man, when he has everything, he's got a good job, he's got a family and everything. Okay, let's say when a man has got a good job, you know what a man look for? A man has got everything, cars, houses. You know what a man look for? He will look for a woman. He will look for someone to share that with. And it's true, you know that as women. Then, when a woman has everything, it's got a good job, you hear that, I don't need a man in my life. I've got everything. So then, do you need a man because you need him to provide? But when you can provide for yourselves, then you don't need a man? What position do you take in a relationship, ladies? Just tell me, because men, I need to know. You want to be 50-50? When you've got what you need, you don't need a man. But when you don't have it, then you need a man to love you. What do you want?
I'm in that position that I can take care of myself.
Yeah,
I have my own house. I have my own car. I don't need a guy in my life to provide for me. I provide for myself. But we are human.
Yeah,
we need love.
Yes.
So as soon as someone shows you enough love, that's all we want, then it's good enough for you. You don't need him to give you everything in life.
So does it mean when you have those things, all you need is love, meaning you can control him, you can tell him what you want him to be? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm not saying that.
It's like
I'm saying I can provide for myself, but if he's there to come
to like...
Because, okay, this is what you guys are saying.
We are loving persons.
Let me ask these guys, like, this is what you're saying. Let's say I've got a house.
He will only marry you for that house.
No, wait. I've got a house. I've got the toilet, the plumbing, everything works. I don't need a plumber. You understand what I'm saying? I don't need a plumber. The only thing I need a plumber is when the drain is what?
Yeah, it's blocked.
Is blocked. So the way you are saying it, that I've got my house, I've got everything, but I need someone to love. It's like now you are looking for a plumber just to come in and block the drain.
No, it's not.
Instead of, because remember, that man will come as a man in your life. You expect you to submit to him, and he will give you the love back. Because remember, when a woman submits to a man, when a woman, even women submit to your husband, submit to your man. When you submit, let me tell you, a man will do anything for you. You understand? But when there's no submission, a man holds back. You understand? Because he doesn't know, who's this?
What is this?
Is this my woman or what is it? But any man, that's what let me tell you. In my house, there's submission, there is love. I'll run from wherever I am to get home. But if I don't find that peace in my house, I would rather stay where I am and just come back to sleep and I go back in the morning. You understand? For me as a man, I can tell you what I need as a man is peace. And this is where it comes in. I make mistakes as a man. I flop here and there. But what I expect from my wife is to say, baby, I think you didn't do things right here. With the approach that is very nice and calm. Not when I enter my house, where were you? I'm like, you don't even know where I was. Ask me where I was. And when it comes now and then repeating, what's gonna happen? I'm gonna wanna stay somewhere and have beers with my wife, my guys. So when I come home, then I'm tipsy or I just wanna go to sleep. Oh, if I don't get time with my friends, someone is gonna give me the attention that I need. You see, so don't you realize that as women, you've lost the position in marriage or relationship because you said it's 50-50. Things are not the way they used to be. And with us men, we're struggling with that.
Yeah. The problem of answering where women who are independent do not want men is because of what men has actually become. I know you said you don't evolve, but there's men that has actually just messed.
What have we become? What have we become? What do you mean by messed up? We don't provide or?
Not just providing. They behave strange. I don't know how to say it.
Heck how?
Men want us to take care of them, yes, ne? But I don't know how to say this, but there's a way of abusing your power towards women. You want this woman, yes, to submit, yes. But what are you actually giving this woman? The reasons you're giving this woman to submit to you. You understand? So they believe that they don't need you in their lives because they don't want to submit to anyone anymore. That's where the blocked pipe comes in.
So you go to your house.
I get you.
You go to work. When you get there, do you say to your wife, I'm at work now, I'm safe, have a nice day? Do your wife do it for you? Does she say, I'm at work now, have a nice day, or I'm here? But when you go from work, I'm going to drink a beer or two with my friends. I'm just quickly going to the shop. You know where each other are. But sometimes it's only from one side. Sometimes it's the guy that can just say everything to her. I'm here, I'm there, I'm doing this. Because you need to be in each other's lives. Because otherwise, if you are with your guys and you don't tell her, she will think, because we do think like that, there's someone else there. Yeah. Why is he going there? And then, like you say, you come home the second time and then she will shout. Because she will think, we think the worst every day.
We anyways.
Oh, is it?
We overthink it.
We overthink everything and anyways.
Okay.
So, like I said, if you are a person that can say to your wife, I'm here, I'm there, she can do the same. And it's not just from one side, then it will work. But again, the most important thing I think in a relationship, but all of us are different, is it's communication.
Yeah, that's very important.
And that's the thing, like I told the other earlier again when we speak, I said there's no communication. Because you come into a house, you're tired, you go and sit there. I need to do my things that I need to do, and you go to bed.
There's some.
My guy, time. Our time is shower time. We do shower together.
Then you talk.
Then we.
That's a nice talk.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right there.
That is our. There's children outside or some. That is our time. It's our bathroom time. That's when we are together. And we can do it in another way, but that is what we
It's your top guy. Right. No one will come and disturb you.
And we chat about different things, but yeah. So for all, it's different ways to do things. You understand?
But you know,
For a guy, you want the wife maybe to, like you say, come and I'm tired, sit with me, wash my feet. Then we can talk.
also it's a different way you find that.
But
The connection with each other.
do you come in and tell your wife today, like she says, is she your queen? Do you say today, baby, sit, let me do your feet today?
Yes.
You look tired. Not, why isn't my plate done already? You understand what I say? 50-50 means not you are equal.
No.
50-50 means you give.
I give you what you are.
Emotionally is the most important thing. You don't need to be there physically.
No.
Emotionally is very important. That is, even if you come into the house and you bought a bread and she didn't expect you to bring that bread, it's important.
It's very important.
Then she will see, oh, he bought bread. I didn't need to stop. Oh, I forgot it, but he remembered. Because we spoke during the day and I was busy with so many things. But he thought of me stopping at the shop, you know?
But you know, very important, like what you said now, very, very important. I think when it comes to communication, you know what happens? I didn't know that you women, you overthink, one. And the other thing is communicating at a very low level, even to say, listen, I'm quickly going to go to the shops. I'll be back. It means the world to you. Because you know what? You actually start overthinking things and always want to know, where is this man? Where are you? And you know how we take it as men?
You get
that
annoyed.
you are over controlling.
Yes.
I can't even go outside, then you start doing this. You know, it's very good to hear from you guys. Like, this is how you feel. And I hope people listening out there, they will also understand, men out there, that what your women want is not for you to move heaven and earth, but just simple things, and say, listen, I'm going to go to the shop. I'll be home late. Just keep them posted, because once you didn't say that and 5 o'clock that she's used for you to be at home passes, she'll think maybe you're at somewhere, Durban, July, maybe you are racing. You understand? So those things are the things that actually make them a bit uncomfortable. So I think it boils down to communication. Yes. But also, ladies, communication is very important. But also the way you approach is very important.
Yeah.
Because if you approach aggressively, what are you going to get?
Aggressive answers.
Exactly. But if you approach with that soft, nice approach in a situation whereby you've got the right to shout, but you're trying to approach calmly, I think you're going to get what you want. So this is a very, very important topic. I don't know, is there anything that you want to say? Otherwise, if you don't say it here right now, whatever, hold your peace. Is there anything?
What you say makes sense. And it's nice to hear it from a guy perspective, because we as women normally think we're always right.
Maybe.
And it's not always us. And it's nice to hear that you also say that if you see us differently, we will see you also
Differently.
Exactly. That's important,
I think it's a very, very important. And I think what I'm looking forward, the next time we have this chat, I think we're going to have 2 ladies there, and we're going to have 2 men here, or 3 men. So the team that we had the men's talk, I would love to invite them and you guys here, so we can have a talk. You understand? Let's have a talk. Then we see, okay, listen guys, this is what we feel, and this is nothing. I think, you know what, nothing has changed, but in our minds, we have just moved into another dimension. But if we can come back and get to understand each other, I've learned a lot. You understand? There are times when my wife tells me that, you know what, I just want you to listen. When I say something, sometimes I just want you to listen. Stop everything that you're doing and listen. You know, sometimes it did not make sense, but it's important to listen to each other, guys. We should listen to each other.
When it comes to that thing of what women want, please guys, it's so nice when you do something without us asking first. Do something without us.
Like you're talking about dishes.
Everything, not even.
I'm just asking. No, I don't know.
Not even that.
But Something.
Bubbles.
Yeah, things that she likes. Just bring her chocolates.
Yeah, bring her chocolate.
Then the next thing you hear, you pour a bath for me, you think I'm smelly. I'm like,
It's not hot enough.
Look, you know,
exactly. Also that. Listen, guys. The other thing is, when a man does that once, where they didn't do it properly, the water is too hot. You know what? It's the thought that counts. Appreciate.
Also, you also when we are in a relationship, we will do mountains for you.
Yeah, exactly.
And you say, with the man, they will buy you flowers. They will take you out on dates. Then you get married.
you stop that.
Why do you
stop?
That's also important from both sides.
Both sides, it stops.
It stops.
It stops.
Because then, like I said, there's children, there's work, there's everything. You're both tired, and you must always date. Every week or every
Have a
month,
date.
you must see it.
Nice. So that you ignite the spark, the fire.
Yeah, don't just
Most important.
just have sex in the bedroom. Explore.
Yeah, no, it's true.
To the bushes, maybe.
Then you come out on social media, these bits. But it's not an embarrassment. That's your woman.
Go on top of a mountain. Do things differently. We like that. We like people who are unpredictable. That means you're romantic. We know what we want. We're not going to tell you because we're expecting you to actually just read it. If you bring me flowers without me expecting them, when I come home, what's going to happen? I'm going to give you myself. I'll be the painter, Then you don't have to hear me saying, why you... No, you showed love. I'm going to show it back. Bring us lunch without asking for lunch. Valentine's, we know everybody says, no, we don't celebrate Valentine's. I'm too old for that. No, you're never old to be loved. You're never old to love.
And when we bring that food unexpectedly, where there's something that you don't like,
Women
say, thank you, baby, then go throw it in the dustbin rather. Not to say, I don't like you.
No.
You get my point. You get my point. So it's about appreciating each other and try to be in the shoes of that person, and try to care more, do things. And you know what, as human men and women, we've become like enemies. The way things are done now, it's because 50-50, men will speak bad about women will speak bad about men, but we can do things together and be happy because a woman makes a man happy, a man makes a woman happy. That's why you see now these things, it's difficult these days. Women need men need women, but we need to come to that point to realize that, what, we're drifting away, but we can come back and do things proper.
Yeah. When it comes to that of saying when we have children, we drift away, it's not that. We women feel like you men love us less now that we have children. And now we tend to give our love to the ones that actually give us attention, which are the children. Because men feel that whenever they come home and I've taken care of the child, they go like, oh yeah, that woman is going to just concentrate on the child. No, I want you to actually drift my mind away from the child. Do something, poke me in a way. Show that you actually care. You are there. Let the child sleep. I'm here, baby. Compassion. Show me love.
Start again.
Care about you,
Yeah.
I gave you that child, but it doesn't mean the child has to come between us. We have to have our own time together. When the child is asleep, it's me and you. Let's love one another. Let's start from scratch. Let's show each other why we are here in the first place. And that's when children do not have to break marriages. We just have to share that love. And we have to show a child why we are together.
I think the main point, what you're saying is very, very important. You know what has happened in relationships and marriages these days? It's all about me. If we can remove me and think about your partner, what makes her happy? What can I do to make her happy? And she also thinks of you in that way.
Exactly.
I think we would have all these issues of you, me, them, this, your mother, this. You know, it's
because now it's
actually simple.
It's
simple.
Too much.
Exactly.
Also of the way we are thinking. Like you say, women wants to be evolved and men doesn't want to be. Don't think like that. Just be human.
Be you.
And be there. Be you. Be lovable.
And women also, you must stop thinking you have evolved. Let me tell you something, because even in the past, women actually worked harder than men.
They did.
Women, they'll prepare the family. They'll make sure that the food is ready. Where there's like in those African families where they used to go fetch water from the river, bring water.
And the gardens.
That was even a hard work than go sit in the shop or in the workplace where you wait for the salary. That was heavy work
without salary.
Compared to now without a salary. So if you did it then, you know what? You can do it now and still be a woman and still be a wife and still be a loving somebody to your husband. We men also, we must not only think I provide, I do this. I think we must know that, you know what? My woman was at home. She did all this for me. Where can I step in? How can I help? Because I'm not thinking about me. I'm thinking about my partner.
Yeah.
And if we can live our lives like this, it's very important. Balance it.
It's so nice.
And also to close, parents, like our mothers, our parents out there, our wives, our partners, you need to know your place. Don't try to compare yourself to be the mother of your husband. No, be the wife. And mothers also, you know you are a mother. Don't step into your child's space and try to control things. Give them space and respect. Let them make mistakes if they can. If she can't cook, assist her. Say, my child, I want to help you out too. Do you want to know how to make this and this in a manner that she doesn't even realize that you are helping her to do something? You know, let me tell you this story. Let me tell you, I cook. She won't even realize. You see, and you sure, you know what? Oh, these meals, I love them. When I visit, can you make me some of this?
Exactly.
In a very polite way. One thing that happened, this story I'll tell you. The mother walked into, the son was married. So there was confusion then. The mother said to the daughter-in-law, you can't do this to my son. You know, I carried him 9 months in my stomach. So you were not there, and I cannot sit back and watch you treat my son like this. He's supposed to eat. You know what the woman said to the mother-in-law? He said, but you say you carried him for 9 months. How many years have I been married to him? I carried him every night. That's in this side. Really?
That's it.
But I was saying, she chooses to love you, and she's in your blood.
Exactly. So the most important thing also with our families and everything, you know, also families, they contribute to the collapsing of marriages. So also they need to accept that their turn as parents, they did what they did. They probably, their mother-in-laws, their father-in-laws gave them chance to learn.
Exactly.
Also, they need to give chance to their daughter-in-laws. But the most thing that actually wraps everything up, it's respect. The daughter need to know that this is my mother. The mother need to know this is my daughter. Give her space and also respect what? Your mother-in-law. You know what? If we can come back as human and live lives like this, I think we can do better.
You know, when a mother-in-law has just that one mindset, respect doesn't matter. I'm speaking from my own experience, you know, because I'm a very respectful type of person. I was raised in a very respectful home. So I was giving more respect, and I was thinking, okay, this is home, you know. But trust me, it was opposite. So it doesn't matter how respectful you are. They have to always understand they also took another woman's child away from them. When they got married to that husband of theirs, the father of their children, she was once a daughter-in-law.
But you know what? This is where I say we need to now think about each other, because that man is going to complicate your man's life. Why can't you as a daughter-in-law? You know, this is what I've seen daughter-in-laws also don't do. Remember, that is a mother. She's got pride, I'm a mother. But you as a daughter-in-law, if you can just realize, you know what? It's who wants to make peace here. If you can say, Mama, can I come and see you? Then you sit with my mother-in-law and say, Mama, I respect you as a mother. I know you care for your son, but you can trust me with your son. I'll take care of him. This happened and it looks like it's drifting us apart. So I think we need to sort this for the sake of the family. We need to build the family. You hardly find daughter-in-laws who can approach. And if you can do that and your mother-in-law stays stubborn, you know what? You've done your part. And you can be at peace and let them do whatever they want to do. But at the end of the day, it complicates the marriage.
It does. It puts us in a position where you actually never pictured yourself in.
Exactly. Guys, I appreciate you for being here. And this was a very nice talk. I think the next one we're going to have, men sitting here, women sitting here. We're not trying to debate. We're trying to find a solution. We're trying to find the common ground. People might say, no, men are talking about this about women, or women are talking about men in this manner, but we're not here to do that. No, we are here to build. We are here to educate. We are here to see that families thrive. You understand? Because family is the key. If we've got more broken families, that means our communities will be broken. That means our cities will be broken, which means the nation itself will be a broken nation, because everything starts where? In the house. If we can build houses where kids are being raised with respect and love, we show, because remember, as parents, we rub off that love to our kids. So if the kids can have that reference in their lives out there, I'm telling you. And let me tell you, if we mess up this generation now, or our marriages now, the next generation will be a messed up generation. So I think we need to step up as parents, as people in the relationships with kids, and try to show them the way of handling things. And this is the right platform to do that. Thank you so much for coming to the show. And to our viewers, this is the platform for you to learn about life, to learn about a lot of things. And this is Switch the Light On. We love you and God bless. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.